And good morning and welcome to WCGTV's In Brandon. I'm your host, Kevin Spooner. Today we're going to be discussing the pavilions that are happening around town on February 6th, 7th, and 8th. And today we're joined by the very colorful, sparkling India Pavilion. Thank you very much. And I know I'm going to mess up these names. Narinder.
Yes.
Narinder and Pal.
Yes.
Well, pleasure to meet you both. Thank you for coming down to the studio and telling us all about the India Pavilion. We should probably get some of the details out of the way first because there are different types of pavilions schedules. So are you guys going to be the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or just the Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for inviting us and giving us time on your TV. Yes, we are going to be full show on all those 3 days.
Nice.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday, we're going to start at 6 to 10, and same for Friday. But Saturday will open throughout the day, starting from 11 o'clock onward.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so you get the full day on the Saturday.
Yep, non-stop
That's the
entertainment and food throughout all those 3 days.
I'm just praying for weather, please. What else? We should talk about where the pavilion is so people can find it.
Yeah, so the pavilion is at the Victoria Inn.
All right, nice place.
Yeah, so that's where...
At the Grand Salon this year.
At the, yeah,
Grand Salon.
Yeah.
a big Grand Salon.
Yeah. Well, I imagine your pavilion must be massive. Are there a lot of Indian people in Brandon?
This would be the biggest pavilion for this year, I would say.
Yeah.
Very next to the Scottish Pavilion, which is also around the corner.
Right.
Yeah, we do have, within the last few years, there's a lot more Indian community from different parts of India. Indian community has migrated to Brandon and now calls Brandon home.
Right.
Some might be still in transient because there's a lot of students that come in or, you know, part-time workers that come. But it's not just for Indian community, though. It's more for our whole Brandon community for them to join in and have a dip in our culture at the time, you know?
Well, and all of Westman can join in. It doesn't have to be just Brandon. But
Yeah, I would like to add some of our India Pavilion journey here. We started from the North End Community Center. That's the small small center where we started, and now we are at the big place that is Victoria and Glenstone. So that's our journey from how many years it's been?
It's very aggressive journey, as you were saying, the what you call that lane maker or the blazer, what you were saying earlier?
the founder, trailblazer.
Trailblazers, yeah.
So
we went very aggressive through this.
You were climbing the mountain, doing the work, getting the...
So we started from there, and then we moved to the Dome building. So we did one pavilion at the Dome building, two pavilion at the Dome building, and then we moved to the Victoria.
Working on up. We're moving on
and
up.
non-stop, our pavilions is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We need more space. We are providing a really good food. We're providing a good entertainment that is non-stop entertainment.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not even one show, I think, within last years that it was down or not full. That was main of our reason. If community did not show up with that as numbers, we probably did not need to go bigger, but every time we made our venue bigger and more people came in, and it was still full. So
can't win.
Yeah, but whatever we can do to accommodate, we are trying our best.
I have to agree that the Indian community shows up in numbers. They don't mess around. The example I was using before we started the show was when I went to the kite flying day at the Riverbank Discovery Center. And it was, they have huge fields, right, at the Discovery.
Yeah.
Full of kites.
Yes.
And the sky full of kites. And it wasn't even you know, it was just a regular day. And if you didn't know what was happening, you'd wonder why there's thousands of kites in the air. And that's why I pulled into what is happening. And that's why I say Indian people really enjoy their community activities, their
and the festivals.
Yeah, and you seem to, it was an entire family affair at the riverbank. It wasn't just a bunch of kite enthusiasts.
Yeah.
It was the entire family. Mom came out, you know, Grandma came out.
Yeah.
All of the kids came out. They spent a day out in the sunshine, enjoying a nice breeze, flying the kites and warring against each other. So it wasn't just sitting there staring. No, we're going to take down some wonderful
it's
activity.
a healthy competition.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how long I was fascinated by it. Well, how is that kite going to do against this kite? And then you watch them.
With that kind of festivities, within last year, I think we've been very active throughout the year. There's been 2 different parades in town. Within last year, one of them was our Nagar Kirtan, which was religious, but it also is trying to come out and show the community how we pray and how we meditate, you know, and trying to absorb and also spread the word out. And there was another community, I think that was one of the Gujarati parades.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm curious, you mentioned, I think it was a religious event that you were referring to. I'm very curious about India because I don't know as much as I should. How does the different religions of India, how do they interact with each other? How do they get along?
It's always been for years and thousands of years, they always coexisted. So
I'm hoping we can learn from that because coexisting seems to be tricky for some. So if you could teach us how the religions over time developed a coexistence, that would be probably
I think
insightful.
India itself being such a fertile part of land and oldest civilizations lived there. So a lot of people from around the world, because they were old civilization, obviously they were rich in knowing things in their like for gold and metals and all that kind of thing. So a lot of people went there to learn things, and a lot of people went there to achieve all that, whatever they had, to overpower them.
Oh.
So every single time anybody that went there got something from it and also left something there.
Right.
So that's where all these religions have developed. And over the years, if some people were left out of that portion, whatever went there, there was a place for them to practice whatever they need to practice in their beliefs.
Wow.
And similar way, different religions like Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Sikh, that both of us are, our beliefs are, and Muslim. Every religion is,
and
you would
we
find
all
there.
respect other religions too. So it's not like we are Sikh, we don't respect the Hindu people. We respect all religions.
I think that has to get baked into it in order for religions to coexist with each other. There has to be mutual respect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a huge component of why India, with such a diversity,
And we
you have the
celebrate
history.
and we celebrate each other's festivities with them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so I think India is a great example of how different cultures and different religions can get along and coexist.
That's right.
Yeah.
And in our India Pavilion, you can see the different culture there too.
We'll try to bring as many possible different parts of India.
Well, we still have a lot to talk about with the India Pavilion. We got a little sidetracked there. But I was curious when you mentioned religion, and you had talked about some of the different religions in India. I thought that you were probably a good example for the rest of the world about how to get along with each other. So I thought we'd take a minute just to talk about that. Back to the pavilion, of course. am fascinated by your clothing.
Oh, thank
because
you.
it has such intricate bead
Thank
work. I don't know
you.
if those are beads or...
There's different kinds of.
It's very shiny. I don't know if the TV camera. We have monitors in the studio that we can see what you see at home.
There's a little bit of sequence work,
Yeah.
and then there's a little bit of beads in there. I think my dress kind of shows what India is.
It's everything India's got right there.
Everything very colorful,
Yeah.
very bright.
Well,
very
it's not one
active.
pattern. The pattern actually changes
Yeah, it
as
changes
you
from
move through
florals to, you know, like how this portion would show how the buildings of India are, and this is like different things.
Yeah, isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, I'd never thought about it before I picked this outfit today. I'm like, it's cold, darker color would go, but
Yeah.
it just turned out to be perfect for
Yeah,
the
it's perfect. Now,
event.
we love yours too.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's not much sparkly, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But it also showed the soberness of India too.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know?
Well, we were talking about climates of India, so can you tell us how one garment might be suitable in one occasion versus how this garment might be more suitable?
That's right. So the garment I wear today, this is called pashmina, and this is the north state of India. So that's called Kashmir. So that's the cold climate there. So
Kashmir?
people wear
Yeah.
this kind of dresses there, and then this is their Kashmiri kadai, right?
Yeah, yeah. The embroidery is Kashmiri.
Embroidery
also.
is called a Kashmiri.
Kashmiri.
Yeah, so they wear these kind of dresses there, and then this belongs to that north side of India. So this specific dress is kind of from there. So and then she's wearing specific from the state of Punjab, where
Yeah,
we
this is
belongs to.
Punjab. The outfit designed is Punjab, but the embroidery that you see, it's more like a Rajasthani taste, which is another state of India, which is closer to, as I was talking earlier, desert part of India.
Right, right.
Yeah, so
Hotter, drier.
hot and drier. You would think people would wear lighter colors there, but no. People wear very, very bright
Big
colors.
bright
It's
colors.
cotton, but very, very bright colors.
Yeah.
The tie and dye that's famous in the whole world
Tie-dye,
comes
yeah.
from there.
Really?
Yes.
Tie-dyes from India?
Yeah, that's originally from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
From
Wow.
Rajasthan. Yeah.
That's so neat. And the flowers are represented in both. Are flowers typical for garments? A typical pattern that you would find?
Not necessarily, but it's just more.
It's more the designing. They just pick.
It's a feminine taste to it, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed-
Which woman doesn't like flowers? You tell me.
Everybody likes
Right? So our guys don't bring us live flowers. They bring the flowers in the dresses for us.
I brought a shirt. It's got flowers on it.
Yeah. That lasts longer.
Lasts longer, you
Right?
Yeah.
So
Wash
the
it over
other
and over.
flowers that die is like within a week or so, but this lasts longer.
As long as it's not dirty.
I know.
And that's why you smell it.
I can make these flowers smell good again and again. Right?
Exactly. That's why it's the better flower. You can throw it in the wash.
That's funny.
Well, is this a typical example of what we're going to see at the pavilion? These clothing,
You will see these as well as there's a lot more.
and there's a greater variety.
There's a lot more, greater variety.
More fancy stuff.
Fancier, like all the jewelries and, you know.
Right. Well, apparently there's constant entertainment.
Yes.
What kind of entertainment, without telling us too much, but what's fresh and new this year versus last year, or just what's
I'll let
going
you explain
what do we have going on?
Yeah, well, it's almost same. What
Okay.
we had last year, it's probably the same
Similar-
things.
similar, but there'll be
similar
different,
things. It's
Yeah.
I would say not the same, but similar kind of dances. We have a different
Folk
cultural
dances.
dance, folk dance that will bring from different states of India.
We-
Okay.
we're trying to attract more people, like from southern portions of India too. Their dances are a little different, and we're trying to organize some instrumental and entertainment.
Yeah, that would be new this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the instrumental.
Some instruments, some authentic Indian instruments are going to be.
Yes.
What do you know the names of any of these instruments?
One of them we are trying to do is called tabla, and it's 2 drums, and your both hands are on it, and with just the hands, and the beats are so soothing at the same time, very entertaining.
Wow, I can't wait.
Your...
That's music is one of the neatest parts of any culture, because it really, you get to see,
I think,
is it dance music?
You communicate through the music, even if you don't know the language, right?
Yeah. Well, and you get a feel for a song just by the tempo of it.
The tempo of it.
And so different tempos from different bands really give you an insight into what the band is like.
Yeah.
And with all of the states of India, you know, probably you have, how many states in India, different states are there?
They always keep on adding more to it. Well, to know all those questions, you have to come to the India Pavilion.
Find out.
You know?
Pavilion.
So you can, there's a lot more.
The answer there.
You will get a lot more answers.
I'm pretty sure there's more states than Canada has provinces. I think there's lots. I thought it was in the 50s, but I'm not even 100% sure
you
of
can
that.
get the exact answer at the pavilion.
Yeah, but what I was using it as an example was how much you guys have to cram into your pavilion, because you have so many different people in India that all
but we don't have as many people just in Brandon. So even though we do have quite a bit of entertainment here, we're still trying to get some from Winnipeg as well, because we know there's better music and cultural schools there.
Right.
So they teach to the kids almost on throughout the year. So to get something more professional, you know, trained
group from Winnipeg,
a dance group from Winnipeg,
someone
for the
who's
entertainment.
actually rehearsing
throughout the year.
Regularly.
Yeah, but the other performance, they all are local. They are mostly the students from ACC, and they are putting their time.
Yeah, we do have a lot of local talent here.
Very nice, and then you can see all that there.
We have to talk about the food, of course.
Obviously,
Indian food is unbelievable.
That's what I hear from a lot of people, that especially when people are trying to go vegetarian, they would say, if you know the Indian cuisine, you never get bored with the vegetarian food. But our butter chicken, we cannot get rid of it out of our menu, because it's on demand every single year, more and more. So we are keeping that. And besides that, I think we always used to have chickpeas curry, but I think we're gonna replace that with
we will do this
paneer.
year, the
Shahi paneer, which is a dish of cheese, like a homemade cheese dish.
Yeah, it's the same curry we use for butter chicken, but for vegetarian people, we put the cheese in instead of chicken. So it's a kind of same taste.
Yeah, it's like small cubes, like those soya cubes, but paneer is much more tastier than the soya.
And you can see
we're also bringing different snack items this year, like besides samosa. We're gonna have
a
Manchurian, which was a hit last time when we brought it.
Yeah.
We only brought it on a couple days, for a shorter period last year, but this year it's gonna be full.
Yeah.
And they call it pav bhaji, which is some sort of bun with
a blend of different vegetables, and then with different spices in it, and then they mix it all well, and then
they make it a small patty kind of thing in the bun. So
that's the other thing. And in the main main dish, like for the supper one, we have butter chicken, and we will add another different vegetable.
Okay.
Like there is another item.
Yeah.
So
On
even
it.
in the food, you're
Yeah.
coming with variety.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah, whatever you are paying there, it's worth it. Yeah.
We're trying to make it, with this whole inflation, we're trying to make it for people to come. The entry is free, but whatever you spend on the food, you get the worth of it.
You
you
will
get your
get
money's worth.
you will
Your money's
get a
worth,
big
yeah.
plate. It's
Yeah.
not like a small portion. You
Yeah.
get it. Whatever you pay it, you get
And,
even more than that. So just make sure, come down and then get
Bring
the
your
food.
appetite.
Yeah.
That's good
Bring your
advice
appetite.
right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked. Now, we are almost, we have not out of time, but we're getting towards the end of our time together. So now I'd like to kind of flip it and ask you guys why you got involved in the Indian Pavilion. What was it that got it off the ground? How did the Indian Pavilion come to be?
I think every year we answer this question, but we heard of, once we knew that other pavilions are happening, and everywhere we work or we associated with other people, they always asked us too that, oh, you guys are from India, why don't you guys do something? We were a very small community at the time,
Yeah, when we
and when we tried to, but we also really wanted to, but just to get to show our culture, to share all of our values, our dance and music and food, also feeling home here for us, and also taking all the community here that associate with us to our place without a passport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
Share.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like whatever we can bring out here for us to enjoy, and at the same time we can make people from here to enjoy about India. That's what pushed us to bring the India Pavilion. And I hope our Western Multicultural Festival Committee keep on providing us a center table for all other communities to keep on doing the same. And it's a big entertainment. And it also is the timing in the middle of winter. After Christmas, we don't have much to do in Manitoba as a community. So this gives all the people something to come out of their houses and, to have an evening. And this is a family event, so seniors can come, you can bring your kids, you can bring your date, So anybody could come. So it's a community event, and I think it's nice to have it for 3 days. So
Yeah, and it's perfectly timed. Get out of the house. February, at least, not quite as bad as January.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
it's something.
yeah.
And spring is in the air, not really, but we can talk about it now at
That's
least,
right.
right?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
right around the corner, but at least we can,
Yeah,
we know it's coming.
a mini summer vacation in Brandon.
Perfect. I also want to give you guys an opportunity to tell us about who helped you set up the pavilion. Volunteers, of course. Was there any financial support that you received that you'd like to say thank you for? Any administrative support? Any moral support?
I think for the financial committee and support, we do have sponsors from within the community, and not just Indian community, but from Brandon community. I don't have the list of all those sponsors at this moment, and even if I do know some of them, I don't want to point out few, then leave the rest out.
Yeah.
There was support, as I said, Manitoba Multicultural Committee that we have. It's always gets out of my mind, the full name of it, that supports us. But I think we had a little bit of a struggle this year to get our funds approved from provincial and federal level. So we are relying on the community support
Community
more
support,
this
yeah.
year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also would like to thank all the volunteers, plus all the entertainers, like the people who are just put their time to practice and then, making their time, and then they will come out there for entertain people. I would like to thank all of that too.
Wonderful. You have to thank the volunteers. None of this would happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but as I said, for our Western Manitoba Multicultural Festival Committee, that guided us what we need to do, how we need to approve, like to get all the permits for health and safety, the fire, and rules about liquor. We've been meeting throughout the year. They usually try to meet before we start planning the event every 2 months, and then every month, and within the last a month and a half, we've been meeting almost every week. So I'm very thankful all those people putting their time towards it, trying to meet, and then bringing all these trainings and permits and information about them.
Well, it's a great way to end our time together, that we are thankful for all the people that...
Just one more.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also want to thank our DJ, who brings the best music ever.
Yeah,
Nice.
always. So our DJ guy is always, since we start the pavilion, he's always with us.
Ronnie, he's been with
He
us.
is-
Ronnie, that's
Yes.
the DJ's
Ronnie,
name. Does he have a
yeah.
company title name?
Trident, I think.
Oh, he's from Trident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron from Trident.
Yeah.
Shout out for Ron from Trident. Oh, good job. Well done.
Yeah.
We got in a thank you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet him. I probably have already met him, but we'll have to wait and see. And always great to end on a thankful note. So I appreciate that. We got our thank yous to a few people out there at least, and. I just wanted to say that I appreciate you guys coming down to tell us all about the India Pavilion.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see it. I love the styles of clothing. I like your clothing too, because it's
warm.
winter here.
It's
Exactly,
warm.
that's winter. That's not winter.
That's why I picked to choose this.
Smart one right here. Keep her. Hang on to her. Don't let her go.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us again.
Thank
Well,
you.
it was my pleasure, and I can't wait to meet you guys again next year. I hope you come back and tell us about what's going on with Indian culture in and around Brandon, so that the rest of us can keep up.
Yeah.
Let's start working on new dresses again.
New dresses again. Yeah.
New dresses next year. I'm going to
Yes.
hold you to that.
Okay.
Thank you so much for inviting us, and we would like to invite all Brandon community to come down there and then see what we are bringing this year. Try our food. It's the best.
You heard it here first. The best.
The best.
Just like in Brandon, it's the best content Brandon has to offer. And we'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.